Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rutvik. In this video, I am going to talk about a very important topic, and that is commonly confusing words in English. There are many words in English which look alike. Their spellings are similar, in fact, their pronunciation is similar too. But there is no similarity in their meanings. If used interchangeably, that can put us in serious trouble and also in a very embarrassing situation. So watch till the end. Do subscribe to my channel if you haven't done it yet, and share this video with your friends and family members. Let's begin. So the first pair which comes in this list is advice. Now you can see two words, the words which look very similar. The only difference is about C and S. When we use advice using C letter, it becomes a noun. When we use the word with a letter S, it becomes a verb. Now if you are not clear about the difference between verb and noun, I have already created a video on parts of speech where I have talked about the nouns and verbs. Here is a link of that video. You can click on it and go through the concepts of verbs and nouns. So let me give an example of advice as a noun and as a verb. So Rohit gave me an advice. Here advice is a noun. He advised me to purchase an iPhone. Here advice is a verb form because it is an action. I hope it is clear to you. The next pair which comes after advice is affect and effect. There is only a difference of letter A and E. The first, that means affect, is a verb form, while the second is a noun form. We can also call it the result or the consequences. Let me give an example. Rohit's constant talk during a class affected my concentration. My bad result was an effect of Rohit's constant talk in the class. I hope, looking at these both examples, you will be able to differentiate affect and effect. Now the next pair of words has really confusing words. People often make errors in among and between. Well, the meaning of both these words is same, but their usage differs. So it's a myth that people say that we use among when we have multiple elements and we use between when we have two elements, which is not the fact. We can use among when we view the elements as a group, and all elements of a group are indistinct. On the other hand, when we have distinct elements and we don't see them as a group, we can use between. For example, we can say that among all the articles, Rohit chose to read an article on French language. So here articles are indistinct in nature, so we have used among. Let me give an example of between. Rohit wrote an article on the difference between artificial intelligence and machine learning. Here both the elements are distinct, and hence we have used between. So that's the only difference between these two prepositions. The next is assure, ensure and insure. Very similar and at the same time very confusing. Assure means to say that something is definitely going to happen or something will happen for sure. For example, I can say that Rohit assured all the participants that no one will punch on the face during a match. If I give an example of ensure, that means to take guarantee, to make sure. Rohit made sure that no one punches on the head, on the face during a match. And the last is insure. That means to take the insurance. Rohit was glad to know that all the participants were insured against injuries during a match. The next pair is complement and complement. The pronunciation is similar. There is a difference of E and I. So the first complement is to make something full. The common elements which always go together. For example, bread and butter, shoes and socks, which make each other complete. For example, Rohit wore a blue shiny jacket in the party, which was the perfect complement to his wife's costume. The second is compliment, that means to praise someone. Rohit got many compliments for wearing such shiny blue jacket. So the next is EG and IE. These are the abbreviation of two Latin words. The first is exempli gratia, which is EG, and the second is IE, that is edest. Now these are the two Latin words and we often use their abbreviations. E.g. means for example, i.e. means that is. We can use e.g. when we want to speak like this. Rohit wants to eat something spicy. For example, chili paratha. While i.e. is that is, an example is only one city in France, that is Paris, where Rohit wants to go. The next pair is empathy and sympathy. So empathy means an ability to think from others' point of view, to put yourself in others' shoes. For example, as Rohit grew older, he had more empathy and respect towards his parents. While sympathy means to give courage to someone on someone's losses. For example, today I have sympathy for Rohit when he failed in exam. Now the next pair has two confusing words, principle and principal. The first principle is something we are already aware about, but again it has two different meanings. When we take it as a noun, it is the headmaster of the school, and the second, when we take it as an adjective, it becomes a word which is equivalent to important. So let's take an example of principal as a noun. Rohit was a school principal in his town. Let's take it as an adjective. The principal reason behind this meeting is to arrange the surprise party for Rohit's birthday. Now the second principle means ethics. For example, Rohit's principles don't allow him to drink and smoke. That means smoking and drinking are against his ethics. Next word is stationery and stationery. Again very similar. The only difference is about letter E and I. So the first stationery means something which is not moving, which is just fixed. For example, the door which Rohit was pushing remains stationary because he was pushing it in the wrong direction. Second is stationery, which is the material which we use in our daily lives. Rohit purchased some stationery materials for his school project. These two words are really confusing. We use them as if they have similar meanings. The first is disinterested and the second is uninterested. Disinterested means showing no vested interest towards the activities we are engaged into. That means being unbiased. For example, we can say that Rohit and his other interview panel members, they were disinterested in the selection process. That means they were unbiased. They had no vested interest in selection of the candidates. The second word, uninterested, means showing no interest. Don't pay attention to something or to feel bored. So for example, we can say that Rohit was uninterested in all the activities going around. So that's it. I hope you are clear with all these words and their meanings. If you like this video and my way of presentation, please like, share it with your friends and do subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much for watching and I wish you a great luck ahead.